you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
I'm a savage! Oh!
It was trending a few weeks ago on Twitter that people were afraid that Zoran was going to make kids learn Arabic numerals. That was a real trend. Like, it started as some guy trolling. He posted, he's like, I bet Zoran's going to make the kids learn Arabic numerals. And then one guy was like, the fuck he is! And it just spiraled out of control. Became a full-on war, man. Some of you don't even know why that's funny, huh? Arabic numerals are the numbers that we use on a daily basis. So if you can count 1, 2, 3, congrats, you speak Arabic. Yeah. If you can say 1, 2, 3, yalla, you speak Arabic very well. People think they're only Arabic when they're being counted down. Like 3, 2, 1. Like, no. They're Arabic forward as well. It's crazy that people thought that Arabic numerals weren't already in New York City. Like they used to be there, but then after IXXI. Okay, I feel like only L% of you guys got that joke. Shout out to the Roman Empire. Never forget. You know, you hear Usha Vance was seen without a wedding ring? Yeah, ooh, yeah. And she was going to meet up with Melania, so you know the girls are talking. It's gonna be a hot girl winter. For those of you who don't know, Usha Vance is the wife of famous podcaster and couch connoisseur, J.D. Vance, who also happens to be the Vice President of the United States. And their marriage has been a little bit rocky ever since a hug that happened. And I don't know if you saw this hug, but it was a hug, okay? J.D. Vance hugged Erica Kirk, and it was a hug, okay? Like, he went low on her waist like this, and she grabbed the back of his head and like, grrr, just going like this. It's like, grrr, grrr, and I shouldn't have been turned on. That was my bad. It happened, we saw it, and everybody's thought was like, this is not gonna be good for the marriage, right? But then I looked it up. Apparently, JD and Usha's marriage was already pretty rocky. Like who would have thought marrying JD Vance is not sweet perfection, you know? Because for the longest time, JD Vance was trying to get Usha to convert to Christianity, okay? But she's Hindu, and she resisted. You gotta give her props. By the grace of Ganesh, she stayed Hindu, and he kept trying to get her to convert for his political campaign. And now she's converting to divorce, so, you know. Things don't always work out, but it's like, you know, respect your partner's faith. Like, I love interfaith marriages, but like Hindus, let this be a lesson. This is what happens when you marry the cow. Listen, I'm being nice about this, okay? There's people straight up pushing the conspiracy that J.D. Vance and Erica Kirk are being positioned to be the front runners of the 2028 election should Trump not run again for the 100th time. They're saying they're gonna be the chosen ones, you know? And I'm not saying that. That's kind of a wild conspiracy, but when you look at the timeline, kinda, you know what I mean? Because we saw that hug, that salacious hug, and J.D. Vance is a Christian, allegedly, but that hug was a sin, you know what I mean? Like, that hug was a sin, okay? And I know you're like, well, he can sin, he's the vice president. No, that's not how it works, okay? We saw that hug, and now we see her without a ring. This is the timeline of events they want us to see, because don't sleep on Usha Vance. She's a powerful woman. Usha Vance is technically one assassination away from being first lady, okay? Okay, that's just a fact, okay? Usha Vance is one assassination away from being the first lady, okay? And one assassination ago, she had a stable marriage. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, okay? It's an assassination power sandwich. I'm just connecting the dots. That's all I'm doing. I'm just connecting the dots. That's not a Hindu joke, by the way. Not a Hindu joke. I'm connecting the non-religious small circles. That's all I'm doing. But you never know. Never know, you know? A lot of people are afraid of losing their jobs nowadays, you know? Especially to AI and stuff. I'll tell you what. If you're worried about losing your job, just remember, Kash Patel is still head of FBI, okay? You're gonna be all right. You don't need to be good at your job. You just need to be there. Eyes wide open. It's crazy that Kash Patel is anti-woke, because those eyes are woke as just like 3,000% dilation. Just don't even know what's going on in there. He's locked in on something. I don't know. Kash Patel, who looks like Aziz Ansari's jacked autistic cousin, is I mean that in a nice way, guys. I don't know why you're groaning. I just, by the way, I've been using the word autistic a few times and people have been getting upset at my recent shows. Like I'm on the spectrum, my friends are on the spectrum, we all say that word. I think it might be a generational thing. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I think autism is awesome, by the way. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think autistic people are the superior race, honestly. If I find out that I'm falling the spectrum, I'm coming for y'all. I don't give a okay? So, all right, anyways, side note. So Kash Patel has about a 0% approval rating, okay? There's a funny story about Kash Patel recently. Apparently, the day after Charlie Kirk was killed, Kash flew to Provo, Utah, and he refused to get off the FBI plane because he didn't have his FBI jacket. He didn't want to be seen without the jacket because he forgot his. Apparently, he left it in Valhalla. And so he tells his assistants, he's like, hey, can you go find me a jacket? And they're like, oh, here we go again. And they go out and they search Provo, Utah for an FBI jacket. And they come back and they're like, Kash, we couldn't find a jacket. He's like, why not? They're like, because nobody here is as small as you. You're a size medium. Everybody here is like a large or XL or a double X. Do you want a large? He's like, no. I guess he'd taken too many L's already. And he sent them off again, and then they go for hours, and they still can't find it. They come back like, Kash, we need you outside right now. He's like, no, cash me inside. How about that? How about that? How about that? How about that? Go find me a medium-sized FBI jacket. They leave again. Finally, they find a medium FBI jacket on a female agent, okay? Which is only funny because they took a jacket off of a woman to give it to a dude, right? Chivalry is dead. I don't give a what you say. They're like, take off your coat, the man's cold, okay? So they come back with this medium-sized jacket. Kash puts it on, examines himself in the mirror. He's like, the patches aren't right. And so he has someone come in and sew on the FBI patches properly. And this process took literally hours. Our tax dollars paying for this plane. Finally, he steps off the plane hours later, just enough time for the killer to get away. It was like, so ironic. He just wanted a medium. Now the killer's at large. Okay. All right. Of course, he came out and said it was Tyler. Okay. You can believe that if you want. Okay. I'm not going to. If you're pushing the Tyler narrative, you're either really dumb or you're lying. Okay. All right. And I'm going to assume it's the latter because he's Indian. I'm not saying Indians are liars. I'm just saying they're not dumb. I've never seen that before in my life. Okay, you can call that racist if you want, but if I post this on YouTube, nobody's going to be like, yeah, we claim him. Nobody's going to be saying that. I think Kash Patel's a liar. And I think he's lying right now, to be honest. I can actually sense it. I can sense it. Yeah, because I'm also a medium. Thank you. Cash me outside. How about that? Just watched the Diddy documentary. Yeah. And I realized I'm not that bad of a person. Okay. Yeah. You want to feel good about yourself? Watch that Diddy documentary. You can be like, wow, I'm actually really good in relationships. I'm kind of a catch. I feel like my exes owe me an apology. Yeah. That Diddy documentary is wild, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but he kills Tupac, okay? All right. I'm going to leave it at that, but he also killed Biggie. I'm sorry, guys. I need to tell someone just because I'm from the 90s. Can you imagine what it feels like to see that the same person killed both your childhood idols within the same half-hour episode? And it's somebody you don't even like the music of? Like, had it been 50 Cent, I'd be a little, conflicted. But I'm hearing this from 50 Cent, so I'm 50-50. But apparently, Diddy hired someone to shoot Tupac, okay? And then months later, he brought Biggie to LA. And Biggie didn't want to go to LA because everybody's like, it's dangerous. They think you killed Tupac, so you probably shouldn't go to LA. And Biggie's like, I don't want to go. Puff's like, you're coming. Can you imagine like Notorious B.I.G. being like, I'm not really comfortable with this? And Diddy's still like, no, you're coming with me. Takes him to LA. Biggie's just supposed to be there for one day. He had to go do press in the UK, but Diddy's like, no, we're canceling that shit. Cancels his flight, forces Biggie to stay in LA, brings him to the party. Diddy's like, I'm gonna throw a party on enemy turf. Yeah, how about that? does that, invites Biggie to the party, and then after the party, he's like, all right, Big, let's get in the car and head off. Gets him in the car at the exact time that they drive off, and that's when the shooter pulls up and just rays shots on him. Now, the crazy thing about both of these shootings, both Tupac and Biggie, the shooter shot like multiple shots, which shows that they wanted to get their money, okay? And what's so sinister about this is after these two murders, Diddy then just casually launches his solo album, which is like, oh, the two goats are gone. How about some Puff Daddy? Like who does that? Can you imagine somebody losing the person closest to them, and then within 2 weeks they're already in the spotlight, smiling, not grieving, meeting the president, launching their solo career in the studio, built off the fame of the person they were with? Can you think of anybody who would do that in September 2025? I'm not really sure. I'm talking about P. Diddy, guys, not E. Kirky. No, of course, with all this stuff, you're supposed to say allegedly. Allegedly. Everybody's like, I was saying allegedly with Diddy till I found out he was a Scorpio. So no more. He's guilty. He's guilty. I'm sorry. You're innocent until proven Scorpio. I don't care. I know that's offensive to 1/12 of this room. I don't care. Or probably more if you're married to one. That's on you. You got yourself into that situation. I'm just kidding. I love Scorpios. There's good Scorpios out there. Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden. We'll listen. We'll do examples later. We'll do examples later. How about that? How about that? Okay. I love Scorpios. You're good people. I'm not saying all Scorpios are guilty. I'm just saying if you have allegations, you are. That's literally all I'm saying. Okay. And I know maybe it's a bit of a stretch to compare Diddy to Erica Kirk until you realize she's also a Scorpio, okay? So just, I don't know, keep an eye open. That's all I'm saying. But the Diddy documentary it's interesting because the Diddy documentary opens with footage of him in his hotel room a few weeks before he gets arrested. And you're like, what? Wait a second, this documentary was made by 50 Cent. Is 50 Cent in his hotel room and he doesn't know? Like, did he set up like hidden cams or something? And then you find out that Diddy hired the videographer himself because he thought the footage would make him look good to other people. It didn't work that way, right? That's what I said. It did not look good at all. And then within a few weeks, he goes to jail, okay? And then the videographer's like, ooh, what do I do with this footage? Well, I guess I'll give it to his worst enemy, 50 Cent. He literally gives it to his longtime arch nemesis, 50 Cent. And my first thought was like, I'm not a Diddy fan, but like, he really Diddy got betrayed by his videographer, like mine would never do that, Sorry, look for the camera. Mine would never do that. Right? But then I read the reason why the videographer gave it to 50 Cent is because Diddy didn't pay the videographer. Bad move, man. Rookie mistake, dude. And as you find out in the documentary, Diddy had a history of not paying his contractors, dude. Who does he think he is? The President of the United States? Like, what are you doing, man? So yeah, let that be a lesson. If you do not pay your videographer, your private footage is gonna get released, okay? Yeah, so say what you will about Epstein, he definitely paid his videographer, Okay, all right. I'm kidding, he installed his own camera. Sometimes you gotta DIY, you know what I mean? Release the files. When I grew up, Puff Daddy, he seemed so innocent, he looked like he had seen a gun but never touched one, And then he just changed, when his name changed to Diddy, that's when the switch happened. And they said that he never did like drugs or anything like that when he didn't do drugs or alcohol, nothing when he was younger. And then all of a sudden he went straight to pills. Ecstasy was his favorite. That's kind of a big jump, from my experience, but it's just kind of crazy that he became Diddy when he did E. Okay. That's just a Samuel Bate original. Now he did a lot of bad things, allegedly, as you see in the movie. But like one thing he also did was anytime his friend had a girlfriend, he would always try to take the girl from his friend. And he got charged for all these things, like RICO, drugs, etc. But like, how about bro code? They didn't charge him once for any violation of the bro code, And obviously, the weirdest thing about this whole documentary was that they found 1,000 bottles of Johnson & Johnson baby oil on Diddy's estate. Okay, we're talking metric tons of baby oil, and it had to be Johnson & Johnson. That's the crazy thing, like brand loyalty, this guy, like brand loyalty. Johnson & Johnson lost their biggest client with Diddy. Like he single-handedly funded the J&J vaccine, which is weird because that was only one shot. Not typically his style, but But yeah, he loved the Johnson and Johnson, and so everybody saw that. Everybody's like, "This is weird," and so his lawyer has to chime in while he's in jail and be like, "Hey guys, what's the big deal? Okay, did he just like to buy in bulk like any American? What American do you know is buying 1,000 bottles of Johnson and Johnson baby oil? Where can you get 1,000 bottles of Johnson and Johnson baby oil? Not Costco. I looked it up. They don't sell Johnson and Johnson. If it was from Costco, it'd be called Kirkland and Kirkland, but it's not. It's J&J, not K&K. Okay." He had to literally like order directly from Johnson and Johnson, like pallets of baby oil. And it's revealed in the documentary that Diddy liked to use this oil for the freak off. So he would have these freaky sessions with people all who come to these parties and they would do sexual stuff. And he always insisted that they put baby oil on them, which is just extra creepy because it's baby oil. Like, why do you want people to smell like babies? Like, what the is wrong with you? And then there's many accounts in the story where the person would be like, yeah, and then I put the baby oil on me, and Diddy was like, not enough. So they say he wanted people to have the glistening effect. That's what it was called, you know. But it's, you know, classic like Diddy lyric. It's like, we can shine together or whatever. But yeah. I mean, it's just really weird using. And respectfully, Johnson and Johnson is like the gayest baby oil. You know what I mean? Like, it's made specifically for two men, and they're privates, Johnson to Johnson, just straight. What the doctor ordered. But everybody's, you know, seeing this and like, oh, like, what is the baby oil freak off stuff? And then so the lawyer had to chime in even more and be like, what's wrong, guys? It's just a bunch of adults doing consensual sex. Like, the fact that you said consensual is a red flag, you know what I mean? Like, we should already assume that, you know, but like, you know, I'm not a sex expert, trust me, okay? But last time I checked, you don't need that much lubrication for consensual sex, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of built into the process. If you know, you know, okay? And if you don't know, now you know. Baby. Oil. But yeah, I mean, the messed up thing about Diddy not paying his contractors is that he had money. Like, you can see it on his body. Like, he paid certain people. He chose who he paid. Like, for instance, Diddy has to pay Sting $2,000 a day for the rest of his life. Because he sampled Sting's song without asking for consent, which is also just extra sinister, just because it was the song that he dedicated to Biggie's death. And yeah, so basically he kills Biggie, and then he makes a song in his honor, releases it on his solo album, does a little dance on MTV. While he didn't even make the beat himself, he stole it from Sting. And so now he has to pay Sting $2,000 a day for the rest of Sting's life. So Sting could just quit everything he's doing and make a surgeon's salary off of Diddy every single year till he dies. So, you know, Sting's kind of happy that Diddy's in jail, you know? He's just like, every breath you take, every bond you break, every move you make, you'll be paying me. It's a crazy documentary, but I think I just told you everything. So I've been watching this documentary called The Age of Disclosure. Has anybody seen this one? Yeah, it's about aliens. Yeah, where my stoners at, right? It's a good documentary. It's actually nominated for some awards. And in it, some government officials, both current and former, just straight out come on screen and say, yeah, bro, there's aliens, deal with it. And it's a lot of very credible people, and also Marco Rubio for some reason. Don't know why he's in the doc, but when he's not talking, you're like, this is convincing. And so in this documentary, they straight up say, they're like, yeah, we know aliens, we know them by their first names. There's a lot of different alien species here. Some are here on leisure for a little vacay. Some are escaping climate change from their planet, like their solar system lost its sun and it's very cold now. You know, isn't that ironic? Even in outer space, aliens are running from ice. Parallel universe, that's all I'm saying. And so they're coming here, and apparently the aliens have a fascination with our nuclear facilities, okay? Yeah, so they've been seen hovering over our nuclear sites, and apparently, as I say in the documentary, allegedly, okay, the aliens are able to activate and deactivate our nukes remotely. They don't even need our control center. They're just like, beep, bop, 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 beep, bop, bop. And apparently there was a time when like Russian nukes were pointed at us and the aliens just turned it on as a joke. They're like, ha ha ha. You're like, so they got a sense of humor too. But yeah, good luck sleeping at night. The aliens basically control our nukes, you know, but I find it kind of heartwarming just because, you know, they could kill us if they want. Clearly their technology is better than ours. They can come here, we can't go there. So their nukes could annihilate us. Our nukes can't even go to the moon, you know? So we're not, they don't consider this a war with them. They're kind of like Diddy. They're like, we decide when they destroy each other, you know? That's like very controlling, you know? And so yes, they can activate and deactivate our nukes. And so if you've ever had the thought, like, wow, we live in such a crazy world, it's actually pretty cool that we haven't gotten a nuclear war yet. It's not our doing, it's the aliens. They've probably saved our ass a bunch of times and we don't even know it. Especially when you got a guy with loose fingers running the show. But yeah, they have a fascination with our nuclear sites, and the aliens also have a fascination with our time travel facilities. So if you don't know, we are actively working on time travel, and the reason you don't know is because we're not good at it, because we haven't left now, okay? But they're working on it and they're trying, and what they said in the documentary was every time they make an advancement in time travel, the aliens do something to hinder us. So they've been seen attacking our time travel facilities, and they've even been seen like just tampering with things. Anytime we make like an advancement, they do something. They do it remotely too, like beep, 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 you know, and they hold us back. So now, I'm now thinking like that's why the mic turned off, because they're like, they went forward in time and they're like, he's about to tell them the secrets, right? So like it just hit me. Now, obviously, what you gather from this is, okay, the aliens don't want us to have time travel. And your first ask is like, why would no one want us to have time travel? We're such great people, right? No, I know what you're thinking, right? We're all intellectuals in this room, so you're thinking like, okay, well, obviously, they don't want us to have time travel because that would create a ripple in the space-time continuum, which would mess up whatever they have going on and whatever year they're from, right? Some people are as stoned as me, right? Okay, so that's the obvious thought, right? But in the documentary, they're like, bro, no, it's not even that. Basically, everyone in the universe except us has time travel. So literally, all the species of aliens are out there, like going like, let's go to 2035, woo! Party like it's 1999, woo! Just out there, just going all just reckless time travel, getting time travel DUIs, having the time of their life on the interspace. And all of them, all the aliens, the whole international universal community, they all look at us humans on Earth. They look at our behavior and they're like, yeah, those motherfuckers are not getting time travel. No way are we gonna let them have time. Do not let them leave 2025 or 2026. Like they have to watch literally every year. That's how monitoring time travel works. And so basically they don't want us to leave now, okay? So we're trapped, yeah. So everybody's like, live in the moment. Like you have no other choice, actually. Yeah. So basically we're on literal timeout, like literal timeout. But I get it. Like they see us and they're like, you know, especially if the Americans got time travel, they just come out and try to steal all the time oil. You know what I mean? Right? Because there's got to be some kind of oil for time. I mean, we see that like, yeah, more of that. I want that oil. Yes, alien planet, we'll be your friend. Give us the oil. Did you guys know that Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves? Yes, Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves. Okay, if the world was Los Angeles, Venezuela would be Diddy's house. Okay, largest proven oil reserves. Okay? Which is crazy, because that's not even why we're interested in them. We just care about the drugs. Isn't that so crazy? We're just like, we're here for the, oh shit, there's oil here? Oh, what? Yummy, yummy. I love that. That's good. It's making my teeth glisten. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, we seized the ship off the coast of Venezuela, and it's an oil ship. We've previously been going after drug ships, but you know, in our defense, oil is our drug, you know. But yeah, it's kind of messed up because apparently there's protocol when you seize a ship. When you seize a ship diplomatically, if there's a way to do that, I guess, you're supposed to notify them, give them a warning, have them remove the cargo. We took that cargo and all, and pretending like that wasn't intentional. We're like, oh, there's oil here? Oh, guess we'll keep it. It was 2 million barrels of oil, $150 million worth of oil. You know what I mean? Yes. I'm sure most Americans don't know that, but if they did, they'd be like, A, that's f***ed up, B, you gonna share it? That's probably how Americans would think. We should not be wanting stolen oil, right, guys? Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why we're not getting time travel. So yeah, they straight took that oil, and they're claiming it's drugs. That's the thing that's so, like, this is so Iraq 2.0, right? Because they're claiming it's drugs. They're claiming it's cocaine, but like there's no evidence. Like cocaine does not come from Venezuela, okay? It comes from Mexico, sorry. But and even if our concern was cocaine, you're totally disregarding the good tax-paying cocaine users of the United States who are literally working overtime, in fact. There's a lot of, you'd be surprised how many people do cocaine in this world. Maybe you haven't gone to the bathroom at the wrong time. There's a lot of, Wall Street is basically powered by cocaine. You remove cocaine, the stock market's gonna crash, okay? So a lot of people use cocaine. Obviously, the problem with cocaine is it is often laced with fentanyl. And so the government pretends that that's the case. Well, in that case, go after the fentanyl. But again, fentanyl does not come from Venezuela, okay? It also comes from Mexico. I'm sorry, this is just, okay? But you can't just blame Mexico for fentanyl either, because fentanyl is a multi-step process. The chemicals that make fentanyl come from China, okay? With some support also coming from India, shout out, okay? And then all of it is cooked in Mexico, okay? Which just sounds like a racist American joke. We get the parts from China on the cheap. India comes through with the tech support. And then the real work is done by Mexicans in the kitchen. I'm not making this joke. This is how fentanyl is made. And we're the dummies who are like, yummy, Fenty. Keep sending the Fenty. Do you wanna Fenty? So we're the demand side of this equation. And it's up because they're trying to make it seem like that's the threat to America, even though it's not there. They're calling them narco-terrorists. Narco-terrorists. As a Middle Eastern person, that is offensive. That used to be our slur. You can't just put a word in front of it. Am I just an original terrorist? Am I standard 1.0 terrorist? Come on, am I terrorist 1995? What the is this, man? Narco-terrorist. You can't just put a word in front of terrorists for a different race of people, like are Asians math terrorists, you know what I mean? But of course, white people, domestic terrorists. Am I right? Domestic terrorists. Come on. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. This imperialism in Venezuela, they're just doing it so casually. I think there's literally people inside of the government who don't know that that's not the United States. This is what happens when you call us America, and there's literally like dozens of other countries that are America, because they see it, they're like, oh, that's South America, that's us, right? South America. We just have to cross the Gulf of America to get there. Like, it's all planned. You know what I mean? The United States really is the Diddy of the world, like, we control everybody. We help some countries, we also molest them. If we really don't like someone, we have them taken out, pretend like it wasn't us. We're addicted to oil. And our biggest enemy, inflation, which right now is 50 cents. Sorry, 50 cents. It's just regime change. But you know what I'm saying. A couple weeks ago, the United States asked Lebanon to give us a bomb back that Israel dropped on it, that we sold Israel. This is a real story, by the way. So Israel was bombing Lebanon because it was a Tuesday. And one of the bombs didn't explode. And so like, oh, what can we do? How do we get it to explode? Like, ask the aliens. No, they can't. And then they just, for whatever reason, could not get the bomb to explode. And so it just stayed in Lebanon. And the Lebanese, fearless people, dude. Just were, after literally everything they've dealt with from Israel, they just see a bomb, like, yeah, let's take that. And they just took it. And the United States is just sitting there over here, just And Israel sees the bomb, like, oh, how are we gonna, oh, this is not good. Israel comes to the United States, and they're like, I know this is pretty crazy, but we dropped a bomb in Lebanon, and can you go get it back for us? It's like when a kid throws a football over the neighbor's fence, and the parent has to go ask for the football. It's like, yeah, can you just go get the bomb back for us? And the United States is like, you left a bomb there? They're like, we dropped it, it didn't explode. So, they normally explode, so it didn't explode. So if you just go get the bomb back. And the United States is like, let me get this clear. We sold you a bomb, you dropped it on Lebanon, it didn't explode, you were trying to annihilate them. They have the bomb now, and you're asking us to go ask them to give us the bomb back. And Israel's like, this is correct. And the United States is just like, yes, Daddy, yes, Daddy, whatever you want, Daddy, whatever you want, yes, I'll go get it right now. So the United States goes up to Lebanon like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? How about that embassy we're about to build, huh? It's gonna be a big one. Ooh, shawarma, I love shawarma. I smell that stuff. It looks so good. It looks so good. You guys can dance, man. You guys, really good. It's cool. We got a cool thing going on out here, Hey, so, we noticed that you have a bomb that was just there, right? Like, yeah, the one that Israel dropped. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Could you give it to us? I was like, what? Can you just give us the bomb? Like, you want us to give you the bomb that they dropped on us that you sold to them? Yeah, just give us the bomb. I mean, so, we need to do some research. But you're probably just going to give it back to Israel. Like, no, we would never. No. Just give us the bomb. Just give us the bomb back. Lebanon was like, I don't know, man. I got to think about this. Then all of a sudden you hear, psst, and behind Lebanon is Iran. Give it to us. Just give it to us. Just give us the bomb. Trust me, bro. Give us the bomb. Lebanon's like, what? Okay, not right now. And I said, so what? You gonna give us the bomb or what? Lebanon's like, I'm thinking about. Come on. Give us the bomb. Trust me, bro. Give us the bomb. It'll be good. Lebanon's like, all right. I'm thinking. The United States, you gonna give me the bomb or what? It's like, come on, I want my bomb back. The United States is like, come on, give us the bomb. Lebanon's like, oh. Everyone's like, ee. And the aliens are just watching over. It's like, these motherfuckers not getting time travel anytime soon. I was in Rome. I'm not trying to brag. I was in, you know me. I go places like Rome and New York. I was in Rome, the other one, and I did some tourism there. I went and checked out some of like the Catholic churches. Like they're pretty like intense. Like I've been to a lot of churches before, right? Because Christianity is the most popular religion in the world, like for now, inshallah. But like there's churches everywhere. I went to India, there was churches there. J.D. Vance brought them. They're there. They're everywhere. And we've all been to churches, right? We've all seen churches. We've seen the inside of churches, and every church you see a crucifix, right? Every church is basically a reenactment of Jesus dying. It's just like very intense, But I get it. We want us to remind us of the death, so we remember like the good things that he did. I get it. It's like we have to see the violence to remember not to be violent. How's that working out for us? But every church has its own varying level of graphic, like a lot of churches in the United States are pretty tame. You just have the cross by itself. Some you have Jesus like on the crucifix. But like in Rome, there's like dripping blood. You're like, is this even necessary? I think I understand what happened. And it just made me realize, like, we've been so desensitized to this just image of Jesus on a cross. Somebody that most people would agree was a nice guy. And we're just seeing him at his worst moment, and this is just something that's just so ingrained in our psyche. And I've been trying to think about it, because these last 2 years with what's been happening in Gaza, I've been wondering how are people able to see this on their phones and then just live normal lives? Like I can't, I know a lot of you can't, But I know so many people who just see it on their phone and then just like living their lives. And I'm just like, how do you do that? I don't understand. And then it hit me. It's because all of us, all humans of this world, are so desensitized because we are so used to literally the imagery of the most famous Palestinian being crucified right in front of us. The most famous Palestinian. And I'm not talking about DJ Khaled. I'm not talking about DJ Khaled. I'm talking about Jesus, okay? There will not be another one. Not DJ Khaled, okay? I'm sure a lot of people want to see that, but that's not who we're talking about. Okay, so it just made me think, like, maybe we could just have some nicer imagery of Jesus, you know? Like, just Jesus, like, drinking some water or something, you know? Or more relatable images, like Jesus' mom throwing a sandal at him, you know? Or Jesus eating with his hands right next to Zoran, you know? And it's like, you know? Or Jesus standing in front of Home Depot because he was a carpenter, right? You know, just looking for work. And then ice rolls up. You're like, oh no! Then he flies away. You're like, you go, Jesus! You go! But yeah, I think sometimes people forget. Jesus was Palestinian. Like, that's where he's from. He's from Bethlehem. That's Palestine. He's the most famous Palestinian. We celebrate his birthday. It's the biggest holiday of the year. Is the celebration of a Palestinian's birthday. And everybody's like, when's Jesus going to come back? Is Jesus going to come back? He probably already has. He's stuck at a checkpoint. We're so used to Jesus on a cross, just let him cross. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. What I'm saying is, this is how you bring up politics at the dinner table during Christmas. It's your way in. You open with that. You end with Free Palestine. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep. The Bondi Beach hero was a Muslim. Yeah. Yep. I know you're not supposed to keep score, but we did. So after a terrifying shooting for 9 minutes next to a police station, when the police weren't able to come in that time frame, who stepped up? Who stepped up? A Syrian-Australian local fruit shop owner named Ahmed Al-Ahmed, okay? And there was people on the internet trying to be like, no, he wasn't a Muslim. Like, really? Ahmed Al-Ahmed? How more Muslim can this guy's name be? Like, Ahmed, Muhammad, Ahmed, like, what do you need from this guy? But he's a fruit shop owner, so, you know, he's organic, and yeah, I don't know where this guy's shop is, but give it a 5-star review, man. He's a good man, and yes, it's important to distinguish he's Muslim, because the narrative has always been the terrorists are Muslim. In this case, the hero was Muslim. You know what I mean? That was the first thing I saw. Yeah. Yep. And then they were like, the shooter was Muslim too, and I'm like, listen. Okay. Can't win them all. Now. But yeah, he's a Muslim, and he's a real Muslim. He's a real Muslim because real Muslims protect their Jewish brothers and sisters. This is a fact. Real Muslims protect their Jewish brothers and sisters. Hashtag the Crusades. Okay. Israel's trying to claim that Iran was behind this operation, which makes so much sense. Iran has to take a break from trying to get their bomb. But Israeli officials are saying that if they have any evidence that Iran was somehow involved, they can use this as a pretext to strike Iran, which is ridiculous because Israel never needs a pretext to hit someone. That's just, since when? Since when do they need a reason? And of course, a lot of people are suggesting this could have been an Israeli false flag operation. Now, obviously, that's where my mind goes, okay? But I don't actually verify it until I actually have enough information. I don't have enough information. I just have a hunch, that's all. And that's not enough to go around spreading it. The only things that are suspicious is Netanyahu always, okay? Netanyahu immediately blamed it on the Prime Minister of Australia, saying that it was because of their policy to recognize the state of Palestine. What the is wrong with you, dude? Why would that be the problem? Liberating people who've literally been oppressed and suppressed for so long. Like, the fact that he said that, and just the fact that he's Netanyahu, just makes you very suspicious, right? Okay, then there's other things, like it was close to a police station, it took them long to get there, fine. I mean, like, you compare that to the United States, you know, it's not a very strong argument. Then there's a guy who like took a photo with blood all over him, and there's like images of him getting makeup done. I don't know if those are real. There's also images of Google Trends saying the suspect's name was searched a couple days before. We've seen this so many times in the last, few months, really, with Charlie Kirk, the National Guard shooting. And I looked it up. I always double check it myself. I looked up on Google Trends. I did not see it. So could have been wiped. I'm just saying either we're paranoid or they're onto us. I don't know which one it is. Okay, but I don't have enough information to say it's a false flag. But Israel also, like Israel claiming it's wrong, we don't have that information. So it's like, if you want to be fair about your allegations here, then let's say that Israel planted the shooter as a false flag and Iran planted the hero. I'll give you that if you want. I don't believe it personally, but I'll give that to you if you want to be fair here. That's the nicest. Because there's some people who are claiming that the shooter was IDF, like straight up IDF. There's no actual evidence to verify this, so I'm not going to make that claim, okay? However, I will say he did have IDF vibes. You know what I mean? He was far too trained with an assault weapon for Australia, which doesn't really have a lot of that going on. He targeted civilians. He came from India, which a lot of IDF soldiers do. Sorry, Indians, you're not dumb. I'm just saying sometimes that happens. And yeah, he was just like the IDF. He was afraid of a fair fight with a Muslim man, so. And that's how he got taken down by a fruit shop owner, so. Is what it is. It's so up that there's like this many like in one weekend, that we forget about the other one because the next one happened the next day, and it's like that one was at Brown University, killer's still at large, you know what I mean? And then the next day was like significant, obviously, because like it was a big deal in Australia, and the hero was a Muslim guy. But I just feel fucked up for like the kids at colleges who go to these schools and just don't feel safe, you know what I mean? Like they don't have like a Muslim shop owner to run up and to be there. So what I'm saying is the theme of the weekend was, what can Brown do for you? All right, I'm sorry. I know. Just stay inside. Just stay inside. But yeah, it is just crazy that Candace Owens made that tweet. I don't know. Listen, I like Candace Owens. Don't send me old videos of hers. I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm in love with Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. I don't care what you say. Tucker Carlson, I'm in a romantic pseudo relationship with that guy. Don't send me old videos of him in the bow tie. I do not give a fuck, okay? He's the #1 voice of Palestine in the world. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened. It wasn't my choosing, but it is what it is. He's reaching a demographic of people that, face it, none of us would have ever reached, okay? So just let me be in love with this man, okay? When he laughs, I come. I just want to enjoy this moment. I even laugh at his jokes now. I don't know how this. He made a joke on his podcast the other day where he's like, people think I'm getting paid by the Qatari lobby. Like, what would that be? AQUAC? Like, AQUAC! Oh my God! Why didn't I think of that? But liberation is a collective movement. Liberation is a collective effort. And so, my take is, let Candace and Tucker cook. Let them cook, okay? I'm gonna let them cook, and I'm drawing the line at Nick Fuentes, okay? Deal? Okay? I'm drawing the line at Nick Fuentes. And trust me, I was introduced to Nick Fuentes, I'm sure this has happened to somebody else. I was introduced to him with the videos that I agreed with. So can you imagine when I saw his other work? Somehow his videos got in my algorithm. He's like, yes, Israel's committing a genocide in Gaza. I was like, speaking the truth, man. Who's this guy? I like this guy. Then I see another video. He's like, the Israel lobby needs to get out of our government. I'm like, yes, brother, yes. And then I see another video. He's like, I don't want to live next to black people. Like, what the just happened? So I hate Nick Fuentes because he's Mexican. And and I'm racist, like he said, everybody's racist. But he is a virgin, He's a virgin. And a lot of people think he's gay. He could be gay. He could come out at some point. Great for him. But like, he's definitely a virgin. And I said this the other night, and somebody said, we don't claim him. And I was like, are you gay or are you a virgin? Like, which Virgins are like, get that man laid immediately. We do not want him as part of our community. Here I am in the virgin capital of the world. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's like more like Cambridge, right? It's more like, we're all from Cambridge, dude. I don't know the difference between the neighborhoods here enough to be like, well, Somerville, shout out. Come on. All right. You know the Southeast. Listen. Okay. I know a lot of people come to my show because they support Palestine, and I love that. And I know that sometimes things can get very depressing because of reality, okay? But I would like to give you some light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, bad analogy. I would like to give you some hope, okay? And, I know at times it can feel very disillusioning because I think sometimes we mistakenly adopt this mentality that this situation is a war of two sides. It's not. It's not a war. If it was a war, it would be very asymmetric, right? You know what asymmetric means, right? Okay, just gonna okay. It means not symmetric, right? It means A means not. A is short for anti. It's anti-symmetric, okay? And it's an anti-symmetric warfare. Trust me, I've been nominating for the top 10 anti-symmetric people of a crooked face, but yeah, I fall into this trap too. It's easy to adopt this narrative that it's a war of two sides because the media pushes this narrative, and so sometimes I fall into this trap, and you'll be up late at night being like, oh my God, I support Palestine, but the other side has the entire backing of the West and the whole military-industrial complex and the biggest bombs being signed in Sharpies by douchebag politicians who are getting paid off by creepy lobbyists who are working alongside of bots online spreading misinformation. They're in my DMs every day. I'm like, who the f*** am I talking to? Real people or bots? I don't f***ing know. Are they getting paid $7,000 a post? I'm doing this shit pro bono. What the f*** is going on? I'm going so f***ing crazy. I love Tucker Carlson. What's going on? What's going on? I draw the line at Marjorie Taylor Greene. What's going on? You gotta snap out of it and be like, fine, if this is sides, which it's not, if it is sides, then sure, they have all that, but we have Macklemore. Yeah. We got Macklemore, baby! The #1 white rapper of all time. Don't look it up. He is the GOAT, okay? He's the white goat. His name is Ben, okay? He's a great guy. And then we got Ben from Ben and Jerry's, dude. We got Ben from Ben and Jerry's. That's good ice cream, man. And then we got Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel. She's a sweetheart. She does content for kids. She works directly for Hamas. So I read in the Washington Post. All I'm saying is, there are no sides to history, okay? This is all an illusion that we see. There are no sides to history. But if there were, you're on the right side. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Boston. I'll see you next time. Take good care. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Thank you so much.
Oh, look at this package. First of all, man, he
Is there something I didn't talk about tonight? I thought you said eye patch kids at first. I was like, that's f***ed up. That's really f***ed up. It's not what we call them, okay? We call them little pirates. And the iPad kids, do you have one? No, just thank God. You wouldn't let your kid have an iPad?
Probably would try to stay away from it.
You'd probably try to stay away from it, the kid? Does anybody here consider themselves having an iPad kid? Screenagers. I like that. I'm sorry, but I like that better. How much? You have 2 screenagers. Twins. Do you love one of them more? Or? No, for sure. You're not ashamed to say it. That's a good parent right there. Honesty goes a long way. Is it the one that came out first or the one that came out second? Oh, no. Why do you think the second one was easier to love? You can play video games with them. See? That's a good parent. Not like you, just avoiding your hypothetical iPad kid. He's playing with one of his screenagers, ignoring the other. Does the other one just not like the same games that you do, or what? She plays different games. What a shame. What a disgrace to your bloodline. Your kids are in school. What do they sleep, like 8 hours a day? More or less. Pick a day. Tuesday. 8 hours? Psh. Pick a day. Tuesday. Yeah, 8 hours for sure. Okay, Saturday, how many days? 16. Holy sh**. I am jealous. Those are sleep-agers right there. Okay, so let's say on Saturday or Sunday, they're sleeping 16 hours. So if there's 8 waking hours, how many of those 8 waking hours are they on the screen? 4. So half, 50% of their waking life. Do you feel that you should be moderating that more? You do the best you can by playing the video games that your loved one likes. You're doing great. Keep it up. What else? Give me another. Okay, well, I used to be both. Now I'm just one. Arab men. Whoever said that. Fan? Not of me, of the Arab men in general. Oh, down? Oh, it depends. Okay, on? Day of the week? Tuesday? Tuesday's a great day for Arab men. Now, I don't want to make this too racy, but let's pick another race. Same question about white men. Yay or nay? Oh, down. Okay, so you're straight up racist. So it's just wanted to know where the barometer was, that's all. Filipino men? They're nice. It depends on the day. Is there any group of men that you like? No, not at all. Okay. But white men apparently at the bottom. So, sorry, white men, I didn't invent this class structure. You've had a positive experience with an Arab man before? He paid for dinner. Well, good for him. Get you an Arab man. On a good day, he'll pay for dinner. He'll pay for dinner. What's the bad quality? They're a little sus. For those of you who don't speak Gen Z, that means they're a little suspicious. No cap. You're millennials, I know, but you've co-opted Gen Z lingo, okay? All right, and that's a little sus. No cap, I'm not bussing. Say less. You're being a little cringe right now, okay? I'm going to go ahead and say that Arab men are awesome, okay? We're very cool, right? Thank you. One Arab guy. Fucking holding on for our dear lives. Fighting for our name. Yes, we pay for dinner! My dad's an Arab man, and I love my father. He provided for us. He paid for dinner quite often. What I think was so impressive about my dad is he could do so much in one day, while me and my sister were sleeping for 8 hours, depending on the day of the week. My dad, he would get up at 5 a.m. every morning, do yoga, and then he would come down, he would cook the dog's breakfast. He would always cook the dog's breakfast first. My dad was a kind of an atypical Arab dad. He loved dogs, and he would feed them 3 times a day. He fed them more than he fed us. He would cook for the dogs, then he'd go back upstairs, he'd do Tai Bo. You know Tai Bo? Fucking like kickboxing. He used like a Tai Bo tape from the 90s for like 20 years. And then he would come down, he would feed me and my sister, he would take us to school, and then he would come back home, shave every day, because the Arab man, if you're gonna shave, you gotta shave every day. He would shave, put on his suit, go to work a full 8 hours, come back home, take me to soccer practice, pick up my sister from her friend's house, cook for the dogs again, cook dinner for us again, do more work from home, learn a foreign language, do the taxes, watch the news and curse, tuck me and my sister in, feed the dogs again, learn another language, do next year's taxes, do more work for home, read a French book, and then fall asleep. All while cheating on my mom. And the whole day, so impressive, this Baba. Because no one's perfect. That is so sus. Baba's so sus. Sus Baba. Teachers. So I was a former teacher. Does anybody here ever been a teacher before? Ever been a teacher? My folks, amazing. What do you teach?
I teach visual effects animation.
In that course, it's probably not that theoretical, is it?
A lot of button pushing.
A lot of button pushing?
Yeah, it's all on a computer.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like metaphorically, like let's talk about abortion today. Like what, dude? What? Did you study that stuff in order to do it, or
It's a lot of like teaching yourself.
teaching yourself?
But yeah, I don't need a degree or whatever.
Yeah, you don't need a degree or whatever. Yeah, no, that's clearly. Yeah. Hey, we're looking for someone to teach our visual animation class. I can press buttons. I'm a button presser. Yeah, I was a teacher for about 7 years. I quit that to do this, which shows you how little that pays. That was my second job. My job before that, I was a pot dealer, so I've evolved. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I went from drug dealer to teacher. I was reverse Breaking Bad. I hear there's a shortage of teachers in Canada. And healthcare workers. Yep, that's what they told me last time I was here. Because they're not giving out a lot of degrees or whatever. But the healthcare workers are going to the States, right? Because there's more money there with our f***ed up system. So we're over there paying a lot and not getting healthcare, and you're not getting healthcare. Where's the healthcare going? It's going to Israel. I'm all for conspiracies, but I might have to push back on that one a little bit.
All healthcare workers going to Israel. Every OBGYN is only delivering in Israel. It's called birthright.
All right. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Take care. You know, or we could just not bomb anyone. I think it's another alternative.
Politics ain't funny.
Oh, you don't like everything that I'm talking about, basically.
Read the room.
American taxpayers. Isn't it about time that we get a little bit of say in which countries we want to bomb? Isn't it about time? Because I think Greenland could get it right now. Because we got to bomb somewhere. God forbid the shareholders at Lockheed Martin can't feed their kids as boats. So I vote Greenland. Get out the aggression. Take it out on Greenland. It's the most humane country to bomb. It's got the lowest population density. I looked it up. It's mostly ice. Help them melt it. I already got the hashtag. Go green. Okay? I see a lot of you pulling back because you're like, oh, why poor Greenland? They're so innocent. Greenland is not innocent. Did you know they attacked us? Yeah. You guys heard of the Titanic? Who sunk that? Who sunk that? Yeah, a rogue iceberg that splintered off of Greenland and was radicalized by the Atlantic Ocean. We need to stop radical Atlantic terrorism. Do you know that Greenland every year dumps thousands of tons of water into our oceans? Yeah, they're trying to slowly drown us as a part of a larger campaign to heat up our planet called the greenhouse effect. Wake up, sheeple! They sunk one ship. That's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, or we could just not bomb anyone. I think it's another alternative.
Politics ain't funny.
That one too, I guess. You want to... Oh, you don't like everything that I'm talking about, basically. Is that what's going on? Pretty much. Well, you're out of luck for the next 30 minutes, dude. Bro. Politics ain't funny. That's got to be the worst take I ever heard, bro. Politics is some funny man.
Right.
What's up?
Read the room.
Read the room. Yeah, exactly. Room read. To make it clear, everybody loves political comedy, just not at the same time. That's how it works. You hear the comedian say something you like, you laugh, and then you wait till they say something you like again, and then you laugh. And then for the rest, you politely shut your freedom hole. That's how you enjoy comedy in the US of A. Somebody commented on one of my posts, oh, Israel-Palestine is this guy's whole personality. That's all he talks about in his set now. So it's such like a Gen Z thing to say. I heard that, I was like, that's so mid, dude. I just responded like, say less, King. Totally cringe. Oh, Israel-Palestine, this guy's whole personality. It's like, no, I like math too, okay? I wish I was just talking about math right now, dude. But I can't because I have a heart, okay? I'm so sorry. I wish that I could be just talking about Pythagorean theorem right now, you know? But I can't because it feels like the triangle is burning down right now. I wish I could be telling people about A squared plus B squared equals C squared. But I'm out here trying to put out A's fire. I'm trying to put out B's fire, and that requires a C's fire. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? Even if you disagree with me, you gotta admit that is the right angle. No refunds. I'm aware that my topic matter is not the most popular for stand-up comedy. And that's why I like to ask the crowd, is there anything that I didn't talk about tonight that you'd love for me to talk about? More about Joe Biden? Well, good, okay, I can do. What else? Sex? Dark matter? Okay, well, all right, we got a lot. We can do this. We can do this. We can get through this. Speaking of somebody who should not have any more sex, Joe Biden. That guy's on his last, okay? He is. He ain't got none left, bro. Forget even about the politics of what's going on right now. Like, he's too old to be president. He's too old to be president. And people get offended when you say that, even though he can't hear us. He's too old to be president. Voting for Joe Biden is basically voting to watch someone die at their job. It's up. It's cruel. Even if you don't like him, it's cruel. Do you even think he wants to be president? Let him go in an old folks' home, dude. He's getting tased every day by Jill. The establishment gave Jill the taser. They're just going at it every day. But people get offended. Oh, that's ageism. That's ageism. Yeah, there's an age that isn't good to be president. Let's figure it out. I've never in my life voted Republican or Democrat, and I never will. I never will. I know that's a controversial thing to say in Texas, where your votes actually do count. I'm from California, where we can vote for fairies if we want to, okay? Doesn't matter. It's always going to be a Democrat. What about Trump? God bless him. Is that what you wanted? Yeah, I mean, Trump's crazy.
How about sex with two girlfriends?
What's that?
You went on a sharp transition there from. Okay, you're not gonna do Trump, but how about sex with 2 girlfriends? That'll satisfy my urge. I'm not some kind of chauvinist who just goes around having sex with 2 girlfriends. What would I just grab them by the p***s? That's not cool. Anything else?
Any beef with Jordan and Egypt? Like any issues with them not taking people in?
They should elect Trump president. They're gonna build a wall. He's talking about Jordan and Egypt not letting Palestinians in. Is anybody here from California? Yeah. Okay, yeah. See, Californians, we're like the Palestinians of... Right? Texas doesn't want us. Arizona doesn't want us. If they would put up a wall, they could. But we fortunately have airports. That's the fun thing about voting. We're talking about Biden and Trump. People are realizing how important the Arab American vote is. This is the year where actually people go like, oh, maybe we should actually play to that base. Is there Arab Heritage History Month? It's April. We're in Black History Month, right? Black History Month is February. I've always said it's all out of order. I think they should have done it by order. Humans spent the first half of history in Africa, so I think Black history should be from January through June, and then the rest of the 6 months should be split accordingly. Middle Eastern history would be like July, August. It's the hot months. It's fitting. Because we all came from Africa. You guys all know that. That's where we're all from originally. Like, even if that, like, pisses you off or offends you, like, before that, we came from space, and space is black. So what are you going to say to that? I'm just saying, before Black Lives Matter, there was dark matter. That's all that I'm saying. Thank you so much. I'm Samuel Bay. Thanks for coming out. I love you all.
You did a sketch recently, and it got you in a little bit of trouble.
You said we stand with the Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and all other communities.
That was your caption? That was your
Yeah,
caption.
I wrote a long ass
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, I sent it to hella people, proofers. My parents wanted to name me David.
Really?
And then I had like an uncle who was like, no, don't do that. He has to be in touch with his culture. Da, da, da. They're like, just call him David. But
Wow.
his name's right on the birth certificate, Dawood.
It was just easier for, like, teachers and...
Exactly, for life.
Bullies
And
and-
then,
yeah.
for sure. But it was still confusing because I looked the way I looked and like, that ain't a David.
Yeah,
So I got a
yeah.
lot of that. But then I wasn't getting into Sketchfest or any festivals, and all my peers were. And I was like, I'm going to go buy a more ethnic name. And then I got into like every festival the next year.
Crazy how, the ethnicity didn't work too well the first 15 years of life.
Exactly. It was hated for it, and then
Yeah.
it was like the cool thing. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I'm
right. Like
believing
after puberty, like when girls started to be interested, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, actually, there is some use for this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Affirmative action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, affirmative action. Yeah.
Come
Nice.
on.
Your family's from Afghanistan.
My family's originally from Afghanistan.
Both
Yeah.
parents?
Both parents. Full-blooded Afghan. Not cousins. But
Nice. You got to check. You got to.
Yeah.
When did they come to the States?
79, I believe.
That was a big year.
Yeah, the Cold War. Russia invaded Afghanistan. My family's like one of the first ones out. My dad was like, I got a bad feeling about what's going to happen
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So they just dipped immediately.
Well, good call on his
Yep.
part.
He's used that decision because he was spot on. I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
like, you saved all our lives and everything. He's used that to make a whole bunch of bad decisions ever since.
Oh, really?
But he's like, you remember that one?
Yeah.
All right, you guys trust my instincts.
People ask him for stock tips now. And
Terrible at stocks.
I've seen you make a lot of sketches and stuff.
Yeah, I've made a decent amount of sketches. That's what helped me in the beginning. Like during COVID, I was pumping them out because you couldn't do stand up. So I was just shooting sketches nonstop. And luckily, a whole bunch of them went viral. So I love doing the sketches. It's hard to do. I'm not a very hard worker, so it's hard to it's hard to be like,
I want validation, but don't want to work for it.
no, that's
Yeah.
the perfect.
Yeah,
If I could
yeah.
just get someone just telling me they love me without me having to put any effort in, that's the greatest.
I've seen a lot of your sketches. They're great. You and Chai have done sketches.
Yeah,
together
regrettably.
before.
Yeah, we've
I
done a
liked
few.
your tip sketch, the one where you like we're deciding
Yeah.
to tip
Yeah,
went
that
viral.
was that
Was
went
that your
viral.
idea?
That was his.
Yeah.
That was his sketch.
I could see that. Right? Can you like just do it for me real quick? You know.
Up.
Yeah, it is up. So
I've heard people be like, "Tell me a joke." You were like, "Do a sketch." That's wild.
Dawood was like, how much should we tip? 15%. And I'm like, bro, we're so privileged, blessed, and well off. Let's stay that way. Tip them 5%.
There you go.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
You did a sketch recently, and it got you in a little bit of trouble.
I thought of a sketch during what was happening and filmed it. I sat on it for like 2.5, 3 weeks. So I was like, I don't know if I should even post this ever.
Yeah.
I was like, I shot this. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. I might get in trouble. I don't know if it's even the right message. It might offend Palestinian people. It might offend. Like, I was just like, I
Yeah.
sent it to hella people. I sent it, and then I got like a whole bunch of people. I sent it to
You
like
got feedback from comedians?
from
or?
comedians, mostly Jewish and Palestinian
Yeah.
comedians, or like
Yeah.
Middle Eastern people.
Right. And they all hated it.
And they all were like, never post it. And I was like, I have to. No, everybody. I was so surprised on how like everybody I sent it to was like, you have to post this.
Wow.
This is like
Yeah.
important. I
Wow,
was like,
wow.
I don't know
Oh,
if it's
dude.
important.
Wow.
I was like, okay, all right. And I got a big head. I was like, I'm making a change.
Kid from Newark out here.
And I was like, all right, I'm on the right side of things. I think this is good. And I waited like another week. And then I posted it. I just threw it out there. And then it got mixed reviews.
On TikTok, you put it on TikTok, or you put it on
I
everything?
put it on TikTok, did okay on TikTok, went more viral on Instagram, but not even like compared to my other stuff. It still hasn't reached 1 million. A lot of people loved it, but then there's a lot of people who I saw wouldn't hit the like button or leave a comment who would message me and be like, that was awesome. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
all right, I see it. I see what you're doing.
Wow.
I'm glad you like it, but you know, you could have hit that like button. You know, a lot of people, I would get a text message, this is so great. This is so brave. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, you didn't like it. Like,
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like afraid. And it was literally during the time where like Susan Sarandon, she just lost work.
And Mia Khalifa, you didn't want to ride the Mia Khalifa
Mia
train.
Khalifa and what's her name? Melissa Barrera. Like a whole bunch of people were just losing work for being pro-Palestine. And, you know, the sketch was about like an Israeli real estate thing. I thought it was so funny. It just made sense. And, you know, try to throw some-
Is real estate.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah. There's some.
Love the pun there. That's good.
Yeah.
Jay, can we roll it? Can we watch it?
Hello, I'm Dave with Israel Realty Group, formerly known as Palestinian Realty Group. And boy, do I have a deal for you. Here at Israel Realty Group, we believe in making these illegal settlements your dream home. This whole area used to be schools and hospitals, but we bombed it just so you can live here. This is all yours now if you want it for $0 down. What? $0 down. You heard me. $0 down forever. Literally. You don't have to put a cent down and you can have it as long as you're a Zionist. And let me tell you about the amenities. All these locations come with electricity and water. As long as you're not Palestinian, they don't get any of it. 0. You're probably asking, why am I so lucky? Why do the Zionists get all this? I'll tell you why. $4 billion in American tax dollars get sent to us, so we get to use it. It's for you. Take advantage of it. We understand at Israel Realty Group, sometimes you don't want just land or property. You want an actually refurbished home. We have that as well.
Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum assalam, Muhammad. This beautiful single one-bedroom apartment can be yours, currently uninhabited. I got one of those alerts about 3 minutes before this place is bombed. So never mind, take back what I just said. Please reach out to Israeli Realty Group for your future illegal settlements.
Yeah. See,
It's now, you know, because I post content on this subject matter, and now I know what people say when, like, I don't know if I should laugh or cry.
it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of laughing and crying and cry laughing.
First of all, you look great in a suit.
Thank you. Hated it. Hate wearing suits.
So, and secondly, where did you film that?
Oh, we had to jump a fence into like some construction yard. They were just doing construction, and
You literally hopped a fence.
we hopped the fence.
You
to
were
shoot it.
illegally settling on
We
it.
literally were illegally settling to make that. Yeah. No, it was great. Yeah, my suit got all dirty and I was rolling around in the dirt. Yeah, and then I wrote like a whole long message because I was so afraid of offending so many people. Just both sides, I was afraid of offending. But then one side took it really well, on the other side.
You said we stand with the Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and all other communities.
That was your caption? That was your caption?
I wrote a long ass thing. I was
yeah,
like, I sent it to hella people, proofreaders. I need this iron tight. I can't get in trouble.
Right. You're
And-
like, this is about no specific situation. It's just reflecting.
This is a hypothetical.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I sent it to a lot of Jewish comedians, and I was like, "How insensitive is this?" And most of them like, "This is good, dude. Just let it rip."
Yeah, they were all anti-Zionists.
Yeah. Well, it's for a certain demographic. So
Has this affected your relationship with any like Jewish comedians or like just Jewish people in your lives in general?
I got a whole bunch of DMs from like Jewish comedians who I'm not very close with, but like saying stuff about like I'm supporting like murder and all this like violence and stuff. I didn't respond to any of that stuff. It's just
Because they're wrong.
it's if you're not gonna take anything I say in good, like I think anytime we do comedy and this stuff, you take a little bit of what I say in good faith.
It's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
Relax and laugh, folks.
Yeah,
It's just a joke.
It's just a joke. So I started losing gigs because of it.
Yeah.
One, I was like, I know for a fact they didn't want to work with me because of my sketches or my Palestinian takes.
How do you know that?
I had we were working out a weekend with Dallas Comedy Club. I'll call them out because I've already did. And they pulled the contract and before I got to sign it or anything. And they were like, yeah, we don't want to work with him anymore.
Because he's a real estate agent. We thought he was a comedian.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, his rates are terrible. But yeah, they pulled the contract and we went through like a rabbit hole of all of his stuff, and we don't really like what he's been saying about, what's going on over in Israel. So we're gonna pull the contract. But they talked to my manager. They didn't put any of this in writing. They sent it like a vague email. I was like, he didn't sign the contract. We're just gonna pull it. And my manager's like, what? He's like, I'm about to send it to him. Like, what changed your mind?
Yeah.
And they're like, if you want to talk about it, give us a call. He gave him a call, and that's what they said over the phone.
I see.
I was like, first of all right, it is what it is, but also, are you sure this is what happened?
Yeah.
This is because of that. It's not like some other weird thing going on.
Yeah.
They're like, no, dude. They told me over the phone specifically this reason,
Yeah.
and then I was gonna let it go again because I don't want to be known as like a drama starter, or I don't want to be like perceived as hard to work with or any of that stuff.
Right.
But I told some buddies, and they told some comedians that like are like huge. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, but
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yes, Jerry Seinfeld. No, some like really big guys, and one of them called me and was like, "Hey, this is, you know what? This is like, I don't know anything about what's going on over there." I'm like, it's just some white comedian. He's like, I don't know anything about who's right or who's wrong or any of that. But I know you should be allowed to talk about that. You're Palestinian. You should talk about it as much as you want. I don't want to correct them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's all the same. Yeah.
I was like, oh, whatever, dude. Yeah. And he made it sound like he was going to reshare everything and like really be had my back. He's like, call them out, them, burn the ground. If they give you trouble, we got your back. And
Dude, Kevin Hart said all of that.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
amazing.
Kevin Hart's an animal, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, they gave me a D. He's like, when you make the call out video, make it look like a hostage video. And I was like, I was like, that's okay. I don't know if I can do all that. So then I called them out because I was kind of told to, and because if they did it to me, who else are they doing it to? That was like the selling point. They're like,
No one.
Yeah, I'm the only one, which is crazy because I've had like other brown comics work that club since, and they've hit me up and I'm like, do what you have to do to get your money. I'm not offended. And they're like, I talked to them. They said it was a contract dispute, and I'm like, that's what they're gonna say.
Okay.
I'm like, if you say so, I whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna call it a military operation, not a genocide, right?
Wow.
So I called them out, and I didn't know what I was trying to get out of it. I wasn't trying to like burn the place down or.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm putting that out there.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is, I've heard nothing but good things about that club. I've heard they're so nice and everything, but I don't know. They canceled my gig for a few jokes. I don't know. It's just a comedy club shouldn't, like, that's the one place we're supposed to be. And the thing is, they never reached out after all that. I made a video calling them out and everything.
Oh, really?
And they never hit me with a DM like, hey, this is like not what happened, or like, hey, we're sorry, or hey, can you take the nothing? Just they blocked me on everything.
Oh, they blocked you.
They just blocked me.
Okay.
And then they're
Well,
like,
then
move on.
clearly, that
So
was
that's what
it
it
was.
is. And then I read a lot of the reviews and people were tearing them apart. But then Yelp, I think, stopped it because like
Really?
Yelp and Google, I think they have to you have to check in to get like.
You couldn't create that many accounts, or?
Yeah, I had me and my boys. I had one of those bot farms or whatever. Yeah, me and the Russians finally came together. For something.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Also, the craziest thing, I forgot to mention all this. Like a month later, after the sketch, an Israeli real estate group like
offer you a
it's
job?
real thing. No, they have it like they have an Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
where they're selling like those like demolished properties.
Really? Yeah. Right.
It's literally
Right.
like
They are literally doing what
Yeah,
your sketch.
dude. Whoa.
Yeah. They say life imitates art, right?
everybody and their mom was sending me like, dude, they're actually doing it. They're actually doing it. And I'm
Right.
like,
You should send that to Dallas Comedy Club.
yeah, and be like,
0 down.
Right
Oh,
on, man.
man.
Well, yeah, dude. Thanks for stopping by and hanging
yeah,
with
man.
us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
You want to plug anything?
Yeah.
I'll be in. This is all February dates.
Okay.
And I'll be in Austin, February 23rd, 24th, at Cap City, and then DC, the beginning of March 1st and March 2nd. Come out to those. Would love to see you guys. And then just Dawood on everything. DAUOOD. That's it.
Dawood Naimyar.
How much should we tip? Like 15%, you think?
Bro, we're so privileged, blessed, and well off. Let's stay that way. Tip them 5.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you sure? No, yellow's Republic of Yemen.
Controlled by terrorists. Oh, there's multiple? That's crazy.
No, it's territories, bro.
Territories, not terrorists,
Yeah,
you
no,
idiot.
it's territories controlled by. he
sees
said
what he wants to
terrorism.
These two friends of mine were caught putting a recycling item into our compost bin here at the house. Very disappointed. That's my mood. How are you?
Well,
Not asking you. I'm
Okay.
asking the audience. How are you all today? Thank you for joining.
I just keep going.
Thank you all for coming. This is our podcast. It's not named yet. Don't worry about it. I don't even want to call it a podcast, to be honest. I think there's too many podcasts out there. I don't want to contribute to the podcast overpopulation problem, just like I don't want bottles going into the compost. You know, it's all part of the same problem.
yeah, but sometimes people just want to, listen to anything just for entertainment, and they just want to get the job done. Kind of like, blindly throwing a bottle into a bag because you're just trying to get that piece of trash out of your hand.
I was looking for the burn pile. I couldn't find it. You don't burn your trash over here?
Chai, straight out of India.
Yeah. You got an Indian Andy Richter right next to me.
Hey, come on.
Today we have our lovely guest, Ahmed Al-Qadri. Or Ahmed. How do you want
You can
people to-
pronounce it Ahmed Al-Qadiri.
What's the most authentic way to say your name?
Ahmed Al-Qadiri.
Beautiful. Beautiful. But most people call you Ahmed.
They say Ahmed.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm afraid of my heritage or anything like that. It's
You're
just,
unafraid of the Houthis?
I'm not. I personally, when I'm talking to white people, for example, or just non-Arabs, and they're like, "What's your name?" I go, "Ahmed." Ahmed. That like long, awkward.
It's too much.
Me trying to them trying to figure out my name. I don't like that, so I'm like, just say Ahmed. I don't care.
Has somebody gone like too long on the
All the time.
Yeah.
That's why I really just introduce myself as Ahmed. Yeah, they go, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
And then now you have like the California whites where they really want to press it. Like, hold on. Let me pronounce it. Ahmed. And they're like
Right.
super nice about
yeah.
it, but it's still awkward. I'm like,
It's not awkward.
Arabic
It's
with the throat. Use your
awkward.
throat. It's awkward.
Okay.
What's your walkout music? Like when they
I always tell them choose whatever you would like.
really?
Yeah. What's yours?
I have two. Either ABBA Dancing Queen or Look Alive by Drake on the 13-second mark. Because I know they're playing it on Spotify.
What happens on the 13-second mark?
It just, the beat drops like, boom, 901, Look Alive. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel really cool when I do that.
So it's overcompensation.
Yeah, it's overcompensational music. Or I play ABBA Dancing Queen because they're like, this is my vibe here.
A little flamey.
A little flamey, you know what I mean? But is he gay? Probably not, but he's happy and wholesome, stuff like that. Or it could be like this.
What's that?
Clown music?
No, the banjo. It's old. Not Cotton Eye Joe. No, not Cotton Eye Joe. I'll figure it out. Wait, this is intern. Yo, do your job. I'm just kidding. I'm not giving them. I know. I'm not helping it out. We should tell your audience how you and I met.
How did we meet?
That's actually a really
Grindr?
good question. No. I actually do remember. We hung out when I opened for Mohammed, and you also opened Mohammed.
Yes.
And then Mohammed yelled at me because I didn't know my place.
Yes. Mo Amer scolded you, and rightfully so. I'm going to side with Mo on this one.
Now this is like
Yeah.
2 years later.
Of course. No, at the time, I comforted you.
At the
because
time,
you're-
I didn't know what was going
Yeah.
on. It was honestly the first time I've ever been in that kind of situation. So
What
I didn't know
happened?
how to act.
He was running
I got
material.
really excited because I had a good set. And then Sammy goes, "Oh, I like that little pun jokes that you do with the Middle Eastern countries." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then I pulled out a list. I was like, "Here's the other ones I started thinking of."
Yeah.
And I just start like
running
listing
them off right to me as I was sitting right next to Mo, having a conversation with Mo. Like we were literally talking,
I didn't realize
catching up. We hadn't talked in a long time, and
then
and why don't you share some of these jokes that you were running by us?
Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, I
share,
didn't.
share, no, let's hear some. Let's hear some.
I say I think brown men should have our own. Once you go black, you never go back. So I go up to a girl like, "Hey, trying to get rowdy? Here's a Saudi. You know, want a guy with the hard is from Iraq." And then I go, "Oh, he's a bit quirky. He's from Turkey."
These are the good ones, right? The tried and true ones, right? Now do the experimental ones that you were
I was giving him an experiment,
showing.
and then Sammy was like, "Oh, that one's good." And that like Sammy was being nice. And he was like,
while
"Oh,
having a conversation with Mo, I was like, yeah, no, so it's been good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's fine. Yeah, you know, so it was like that. And then give us like 3 of the experiment. You know, 3 of the ones that you probably don't do anymore.
He arrives late. He's from Kuwait. Damn, you're making me bomb on your own podcast. Oh, this one, pants undone from Jordan.
Wow.
Like,
That doesn't even
it
rhyme.
didn't even rhyme.
I think that's the one where Mohammed was like, all right, just stop, bro. Chill.
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
Shut the up, okay? Oh, by the way, are you Sunni or Shia?
I'm like Sunni moon, Shia rising.
Yeah, I mean, I know I have a few Yemeni friends, but
Who else?
Ali Sultan. Ali Sultan.
I was like, it's just
Ali
me and
Sultan.
Ali Sultan. Mike Ishak? Do you know
know
Mike
a
Ishak?
few, Mike Ishak, yeah, I don't know him too well, but I know that he's Yemeni. Yeah.
What else do you know? Do you want to know about Yemen?
Well, I want to know who the best Yemeni comic is in the world. Best number 1 Yemeni comedian or best Yemeni
Eddie
comedian?
Izzard is actually because we've Googled this.
So we Googled this before. When you
You're on-
Google number 1 Yemeni comedian.
Sammy
Eddie
Obeid
Izzard.
pops up.
Bet-
Sammy Obeid pops
right?
up.
Is it a picture of me? Or do
It's
you-
Eddie Izzard and then it's Sammy Obeid. Can you check the British top Yemeni comedian? Sammy Obeid.
Top Yemeni
Sammy
comedian,
Obeid.
I just want to make that clear. Who is the top Yemeni comedian according to Google?
Sammy
It is me.
Obeid.
So you have family in Yemen, and you've been to Yemen.
Yeah, last time I went to Yemen was 2013. I'm actually planning on going back soon. I want to get my Yemeni passport. I'm working on it.
Why?
I need material. And they were like, it's a dangerous country. Count me in.
You have your puns. You can fight people.
Yeah. Hey, not getting any? How about a Yemeni?
Yeah. Oh.
Mohammed is there? What did I tell you? Can you put, how long was British imperialism in Aden, Yemen?
The British seized Aden in 1839.
Yeah, for 129 years. Yeah. For what?
1829.
1839, and then lasted
until 70s. Till 70s.
Yeah, to the 70s.
Good job.
Yeah.
This is Spark Notes version. So, but basically,
You're doing
so Ali Abdullah Saleh was rising to power.
Yep.
Ali Abdullah Saleh was a similar president like everybody, like all the other Middle Eastern presidents, playing a lot of games. Like, for example, like he would...
Like chess, checkers?
No, yeah, like he was playing both sides with everybody. So
Okay.
even with America, like when America announced their war on terror, he would capture Al-Qaeda, terrorists, whatever, and then sell them to America, get
was
money
selling
from...
Al-Qaeda terrorists.
Well, yeah, because he was giving it to the American government, and they would
Yeah.
give him money. But then he was also sided with Al-Qaeda, too. So he was like playing both sides.
He would buy in wholesale from Al-Qaeda.
Something
and
like
sell
that,
at a
yeah.
profit. Al Costco.
I mean, and again, and this is like, this is if you go deep, this is all like obviously hearsay. I mean,
we're
that's why I
asking you right now.
admire you a lot in your comedy because you're smart. You're good at political comedy.
I don't know
stay
a lot.
away
I know
from
I
politics.
talk about what I know, and I try to learn more so that I can talk about more stuff, And I don't know a lot about Yemen's history, but I do find it very interesting that the Houthi rebels are associated as like the kind of the face of Yemen, even though they're not Yemen. But at the same time,
Yeah, and
they're in a
everyone's
sense
cheering.
they
Yeah.
are in control of Yemen.
They
because
have half the coast, so
They have-
that's
yeah.
how they're like shipping out boats, right?
So-
yeah,
so-
they took over. Like they have Taz, right? Can you check? Let me see. Can you zoom in? Are you sure it's no? Yellow is Republic of Yemen.
Controlled by terrorists. Oh, there's multiple? That's crazy.
No, it's territories, bro.
territories, not terrorists, you
no,
idiot.
it's territories controlled by he
sees
said
what he wants to
terrorists.
see. Just sees what he wants to see.
But like, listen, here's the thing: when they declared war on Israel, on Israel, they first shot rockets and it hit Egypt. Like, they don't have the roots. Like, even my uncle was like, this is a joke, right? No one took them seriously when they declared war.
Yeah.
So they shot and then they shot some more rockets. Israel and Saudi Arabia intercepted the rockets.
But
Like,
they
this
are
is fine.
really, really good at seizing cargo ships.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
You
And
gotta
then
give 'em
they
credit for
shot missiles at a U.S. ship. That's what they say.
They look at the timeline. The Houthis, they seized a few cargo ships passing through the Red Sea.
Yeah.
I think some were either headed to Israel or some were heading from Israel.
Yeah.
I believe they didn't kill anybody. They just threw,
No, they didn't.
They threw like some dance parties on them. some
Yeah,
very, like,
throwing
conservative-
weddings,
Yeah.
all dudes, no chicks, great
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
and I
holding
mean-
hands.
Yeah, chewing
Right.
cots.
And then, but of course, this intimidates people who are passing through the Red Sea, and so a lot of cargo ships then had to route around the Red Sea in order to avoid that, and this costs a lot of money.
A lot
of money.
And that's when the U.S. and UK were like,
Yes.
we're stepping in.
Yes. The first reaction was Rishi Sunak, who, because BP said that they would not go through the Red Sea anymore, Rishi Sunak started calling for a ceasefire.
Rishi?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister of UK, because he has obviously some kind of stake in BP, and
Probably,
suddenly, all of a sudden, became about a ceasefire.
Yeah.
And then the U.S. was like, "No, we got this. We're gonna go send our ship over there and calm things down." And I believe we sent a ship.
And they got bombed.
And they sent a missile.
Then the Houthis actually fired.
But that's
at
the
it.
thing. It's like, am I like, again, I personally didn't like what the Houthis did in Yemen, like what they did, killing, blah, blah, blah. And I don't agree with the stance of death to America, death to Israel, all that stuff. I disagree. Call me crazy.
Yeah.
Call
I like
me
America.
old-fashioned.
Call me old-fashioned.
But I'm not a fan as an
Yeah,
American
yeah.
citizen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm just anti-war.
Yeah, I think that's a good stance.
AKA
to
a
take.
little bitch.
Yeah.
So all your listeners are like, wow, what a little pussy.
Low
What a
T.
bitch.
Yeah.
What a little low T
people,
asshole.
People tuned in here to be like, yeah, he's gonna fucking seize a ship and he's gonna like.
Yeah.
it's like, actually, I don't like war, guys.
The only ship I like are relationships. Can everyone love each other, please?
Where's Mohammed?
There it is. Yeah.
Well, so thanks for tuning in to a podcast. Anyways, so check out Ahmed's special, February 24th.
Yeah, February 24th, I'll be releasing my special. Not special. It's going to be on my YouTube channel, Ahmed Al Qadri, my Instagram, and my TikTok. And I'm going to get back on Twitter. Ahmed Loves Bread. AHMED loves bread. If you follow me, you become a breadhead or a breadcrumb. If you come to a show or buy merch, you become a purebred. At the end of the day, we're all breadwinners.
Wow. And
Says.
That's Mohammed. Where's Mohammed?
yeah, I was gonna say, and if you get too friendly with him, you're an inbred.
Can I use that?
All right.
Yeah,
of course.
Subscribe.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
That makes sense.
I posted a joke about Israel because it was funny, and this account trolled me. This account had a profile picture that was a Pokemon, so you know he's legit. And Pikachu said, criticizing Israel is anti-Semitic. To which I said, why? He said, because Israel is a Jewish state. And I said, well, did you know that Israel is 20% Arab? So can't I 20% criticize Israel? Also, last time I checked, I'm an American, which means I can criticize any country I want. Yes. In fact, that's what we do best out here. We criticize countries we don't even know anything about. I think this is a basic human right that should be allowed across the world, that people should be able to freely criticize any country that they don't agree with the actions of. This is as simple as it gets. I don't see why there should be any disagreement. Do you guys remember in 2022 when Iran cracked down on its people after the massive protests? Can we all agree that that was an oppressive act by Iran's government and that was horrible and we should condemn that? We can all agree that, right? We can all agree. See, that's Islamophobic, okay? Because Iran is a Muslim country. Do you see how that's silly? That we can't just take the national religion of a country and use it to conflate criticizing a country with hate of that religion. That's so silly, okay? If we can freely criticize Iran, we can freely criticize Israel, okay? They're both countries in the Middle East. They both start with an I, okay? Sure, one's known for carpets, one's known for carpet bombing. I'm just saying, I can make that joke because it's only 20% of my set. I want to make it very clear. I'm against anti-Semitism. A lot of Palestinians are frustrated that we constantly have to prove that we are not anti-Semitic. Trust me, talk to any Palestinian, we've been asked 1,000 times. And I don't get frustrated. I actually love it. I love proving to people that I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm like, no, come here. I love you. Like, I'm here to love, okay? I get aroused just thinking about it. Actually, I get aroused thinking about how much I love Jewish people. I love the Semitics, as Trump would probably say. I love the Semitics. Yeah, I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm pro-Semitic. I support Semitism. Yes. You know how pro-Semitic I am? I'm so pro-Semitic that I am Semitic. Yeah, you didn't know? Arabs are Semitic too. You didn't know that, Pikachu? How can I be Semitic and anti-Semitic at the same time? Do I just equal to 0? What is some matter, antimatter shit? It's like calling a tomato anti-fruit. It's like, I'm fruit too. Yes, if you didn't know what Semitic means, Semitic refers to Semitic peoples. Semitic peoples are people who speak Semitic languages, and the 3 main Semitic languages are Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic. So unless you know Jesus Christ directly, the Semitic people that you know in your life are Arab and Jewish people. Those are your Semitic friends, okay? Check in on your Semitic friends. They're not doing too well right now, okay? So that's what Semitic means, Arab and Jewish people. Now, just to clarify here, the term anti-Semitism originally was created to speak about hatred towards both Arabs and Jews. It was actually created by a Jewish Austrian scholar in the late 1800s in reference to a French scholar who was saying that the Semitic races are inferior to the Aryan races. And so this Austrian scholar said, hey, that's anti-Semitic, created a word. And then the Germans somehow heard about this and they said, yes, we are that. And he's like, no, it's supposed to be a bad thing. And the Germans are like, yes, we are anti-Semites. And so the word anti-Semite and anti-Semitic was popularized by the Nazis in reference to hatred for the Jews, because that's who they hated. And so the word became popularized as hatred to Jews. And so that's how double racist the term anti-Semitic is, because it was intended to mean hatred towards all Semitic peoples, and it became popularized as only hatred for the Jews. So not only is it horrible because it's about hatred, but it also left out the Arabs. It's double racist. So I know that's a long history lesson, but I typed it all out in the YouTube comment to Pokemon. And he just responded, ... And so I said, in conclusion, yes, anti-Semitism is typically meant about hatred towards Jewish people, and we must condemn that, but also do note that Semitic people include Arab people. So in a sense, the term is also hateful to Arab and Jewish people. And Pikachu finally responds. He says, well, I don't hate Arabs and I don't hate Jews, I just hate you. Well, the truth comes out, I see. I'm like, well, I can live with that. I can live with that. But just so you know, that is anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism. There's a genocide going on in Gaza, and if you're not entirely sure that it's a genocide, look up the definition of genocide. And if you still don't think it's a genocide, you don't understand how definitions work. The word genocide upsets a lot of people. People are like, no, it's not a genocide. And you're like, why? You're like, because it doesn't feel like a genocide. Oh, is that how we go by now? What you're feeling, it's a genocide. So much so that South Africa has tried to charge Israel with genocide. If South Africa goes after you for racism, you know you don't up. And they're making their case, but I think they could have been a little more aggressive. The only mistake I think South Africa made was they didn't hire Cat Williams as their prosecutor. And this motherfucker's fake, and this motherfucker's fake, and this motherfucker is an industry plant. Only some people saw the interview. That's fine. But yes, it's a genocide if you look up the definition. It's a genocide. I've heard a lot of people try to argue that it's not. Like, it's not a genocide because there's still Palestinians left. Like, what the f? That's not how it works. The worst thing I heard was, oh, how is it a genocide if the Palestinian population keeps increasing? You're like, first of all, how do you know that? You're clearly tracking the population, which sounds like somebody who would commit genocide would do. This one guy was like, how is it a genocide if the Palestinian population has increased by 500% in the last 50 years? I'm like, okay, you're definitely trying to commit a genocide. You are tracking that population way too hard. But it's true. The Palestinian population has increased by 500% in the last 50 years. It's almost doubled in the last 20 years. Why? Because they're trying to counter a genocide by multiplying. That's how you do it. Take notes. Because Palestinians, they're using the one weapon they have. It's not rockets, it's not rocks, it's drive. You know what I mean? Palestinians are really good at procreating. I mean, like, really good, okay? I mean, like, really good. Trust me, like, really good. From the river to the sea, we be